Living my life as a free spirit changed how I see people and how I interact with my environment. And it was not like this before. My views in life were not like this before. It changed when I started to become open minded. When I started to live my life not attaching to any label, not restricting myself to a particular belief system, that is exactly what changed how I look at people and how I interact with my environment. Let me tell you how I got to that point. Let me tell you how I got to the point where my views changed. And then I'll tell you how I see people. First, as a girl that grew up in Nigeria, which is the western part of Africa, there's this particular system that is being operated here. So while I was growing up, I did not know this system. I did not understand the system. So I thought this system was actually going to deliver on its promises. So everything that the system said that we should do, we did it. Most of us actually did do it. So the expectations, the moral code and conduct, the institutions that was created, the rules and regulation, the healthcare system, the economic system, the belief system, everything that they created to make sure that the country, or yes, let's say the country in general, which is Nigeria, to make sure that the country works, I believed in it. I believed so much in it. See, I cannot tell you how I believed in it. Like, I had so much attachments to it. I had this very strong belief that this system was just going to give me exactly what I wanted to live my dream life. In fact, to live the dream life that I thought that was my dream life, because the system educates you well enough to dream, but not to dream too big. But we're going to get to that part if we ever did get to it, because my time is running up. It's running really fast. But anyways, I believed in this system. And for the better part of my life, almost 29 to 30 years of my life, I dedicated my life to achieving everything. I dedicated my life to doing everything that I was asked to do. There was a point where I rebelled, but trust me, I believe so much in this particular system, because every decisions that I made in my adult life was actually filtered by the belief system that has been installed in me, by the moral code and conduct. So yes, I believed in this system, and I actually had hope that this particular system was going to take me to the point where I'm able to live my life and achieve the small dream that I had back then. I tend to talk really fast when I'm getting stimulated, when I'm getting overexcited. So you're not going to be hearing some words. You're not going to be hearing some words, but they are there. So now imagining a very young and innocent girl coming into this world and being told to do a certain thing, and she had hopes and she had belief that this is what life is meant to be. But then going through it, doing everything that the society say, oh, this is what you're meant to do. Doing everything that, your belief system, the belief system that has been installed in you said this is the right way to live life. And then realizing that the more you do these things, the more you conform, the more harder life gets. And the system was not even delivering on the promises that it has promised. It said, go through this particular educational system and you can be able to survive. But we went through this particular educational system and then we're out of it, no jobs. And you get a job, they're not even paying you well enough to survive. And in the middle of them not paying you well enough to survive, things are getting more expensive. It's like as they pay you, they increase the price of things. Now making you work even harder. Work 10 times harder. Please excuse my English. Like I said, I'm getting stimulated. So I tend to just ramble and stammer. I don't know if you're getting where I'm coming from. It wasn't delivering. And they say, okay, this is what you're meant to do. This is the God you're meant to believe in. Pray, 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 pray. And you do this, and there is no result. There is no result. A lot of people want to spend the rest of their life 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years believing in something that does not work. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm the kind of person that I do things and I do it for quite a while. And if it doesn't work, I ask questions. Like I am, I do not fear to ask questions. I do not fear to understand what exactly is happening, which a lot of Nigerians, I think they have fear in thinking or asking questions. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how strong the system is, but they still can't see it because they're not asking the right questions. They are still going exactly how they expect them to go, how the system expects them to go. They are still going through it. They are still expecting. Some people are killing themselves, crying, desperate to be part of the system. Some people are killing themselves, praying, desperate to be recognized by this system. Some people are killing themselves, saying they are climbing the ladder. But which ladder? First of all, who created the hierarchy? Who created all these things? And why did they create it? So when I got to the point when I started asking questions because these things were not working, it turns out that the system wasn't working. So I started asking myself, like I started asking questions. And then I found out that, oh, the system that is being operated in this part of the world, which is in Nigeria, was not designed to liberate anybody. It was not designed to really educate anybody. It was actually designed for the sole purpose of control. It is something that was intentionally designed to own people as property, not for these people to be independent or to be free. It was actually designed very well, very, very strong, just for the sole purpose of controlling people and owning people as property. And a lot of people think they live in a country that is independently, whatever, not knowing that it is just a country of owned individuals. Everything that is being operated here is owned. It's owned and it is not for us, it is actually against us. So the system was not created to liberate individuals, but rather it was created to exploit individuals, exploit them well enough to still keep them hanging, to think that they are doing their best to survive while still going through exactly what the system wants them to go through. Because you see people, they are being exploited, but they think that they are surviving. They give birth to children and they allow their children to still go through the same system that has failed them. The same system that has failed them, they will still personally install the same belief system that was installed in them, that has failed them. They will still put their child through the same educational system that failed them. They will still, create another human being to be exploited. And that is why the way I look at people changed. Because when I see people that are trying to climb the ladder, when I see people that are trying to, they think that they are doing something and they are doing something special, or their life is special, and they think that, I'm trying to break out of. You're not breaking out of shit. Like, this system is very strong. Like, you see, whatever it is that they designed for the people that live in this part of the world, whatever it is that they design is very, very strong, and you're not actually coming out of anything, but rather you're digging yourself deep, especially if you're still killing yourself to climb, to be recognized. If you're still killing yourself if you're still expecting this system to be fair to you, it will never be fair to you. It does not recognize you because it's owned your ass. It's owned it. It's owned. It's owned. See, Charlie, they own your ass. The organizations, the institutions, the industry, even the healthcare, even the religion being practiced, everything is out of control. The concept of God that is being sold to you is not connecting you to God. It is disconnecting you from God. And the fact that you cannot see it, the fact that you believe that you have to wake up every morning and pray to a God, means that you can never be liberated. Because if they have brainwashed you to the point where you can't even recognize the contradiction in that, a God that knows all needs to be prayed to every time to remember you, to remember to protect you. If you cannot see that contradiction, a God that is all-knowing, that already knows your tomorrow, will be reminded. Charlie, I don't even know how far I need to go. But anyways, the way I interact with people and the way I see people and the way I interact with my environment has changed, because I'm not even interested in having friends or mingling with people, or even, like, I'm not even really interested. I don't know.